Hey, David Aldridge, the Miami Heat might be the best team in the league as an organization at saying the right things. I'll speak for Michael Holley. We just don't know what they can do with Denver at this point. And I know you never say never, and Heat culture, and they're great at handling adversity, but it just really feels like, forget 3-1, it doesn't feel like Miami's going to get another one. I just... Does it have that feeling for you that tonight is a coronation for the Nuggets, and like I said earlier, the beginning of maybe a run for Denver, now that they have not one but two superstars?
Well, I would say this, gents. If Denver comes correct with the proper focus and treats this game like a game 7, then yes, they should win because they're the more talented team. And when Denver's played with intelligence and done the right things on the floor and not made a bunch of mistakes, they've won the games. But if they come thinking, well, we're just here, we're just showing up to get our rings tonight, they're going back to Miami. Look, y'all should know this by now about these Heat. They're vampires, man. They don't die. You got to put a stake in their chest. Need Van Helsing.
You have to kill him. You got to kill him. They ain't gonna die. You got to kill them. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So if Denver comes correct with the right amount of focus and energy, what Greg Popovich used to call appropriate fear, he still calls it appropriate fear, of the opponent, then yeah, Denver should win tonight. But anything short of that, it's going to be 3-2 going back to Miami.
Hey, tell me what you've seen from Denver in this series. I'm not even talking about big picture Denver in the last couple of years and what they've built, but
right.
In this series, is there something that they've done that just really stands out to you and gets your attention as novel, revelatory, anything?
No, you know what, guys, you know this in the finals. It's not about anything. You're not reinventing the wheel. It's a cliche, but you just do what you do better and harder. That's all. And what Denver has been able to do, especially the last 2 games, they've really cut off Miami's water on the 3-point line. Those shots that were wide open shots because Denver was screwing around and making mistakes
staying home
in their coverage. Yeah. They are doing well, not just staying home, but they're also switching correctly now. They figured out that's a slip screen. That's not a real screen. They're slipping and they're going to flare out, and they've picked up on that. So their switches are better now. They're staying attached to guys, and all those open shots are now contested shots. And so they've done a really good job the last couple of games of making Miami make really tough shots to beat them, or just go through Bam. I think they can live with Bam taking as many shots as he wants to. They can really live with Jimmy taking a whole lot of shots as long as he doesn't get to the foul line. And that's another thing Denver's done much better is not foul. They've defended better without fouling, and Jimmy's not shooting 12, 13 free throws a game in the last couple of games. So I think Denver's defense has just been much better. And then offensively, guys, they're just hard to shut up. They're hard to stop. That big monster is hard to stop. He is lethal. No matter what you throw at him, he has the counter already. When LeBron said that at the Western Conference Finals, how he literally tipped his cap to Jokic, is because Jokic does stuff like he's doing now in the finals. Whatever Miami's throwing at him, it doesn't matter. Like, he sees it, he attacks it, he finds the open guy. And if those guys make their shots, I don't know how you stop Denver. I don't know. They tried to crowd Jamal Murray the last game. He still had 10 assists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if they trust their teammates to make their shots and those teammates make enough of them. Like you were saying, Holly, about your man Brown making those shots in the fourth quarter. With Jokic on the bench, on the road, Jeff Green steps into a 3. You know what I'm saying? On the road. Those are series-winning plays. Those are championship-winning plays.
What about that guy, Jamal Murray? His real coming-out party was back in the bubble. Obviously, he's had some injuries. Come back from those injuries. We knew Jokic was a 2-time MVP. And he, as I've said before, he's been this guy. He just needed the help to get this far, right? So now he has it, but not only does he have help, he's got the ultimate sidekick who's kicking ass and taking names himself. Where How do we need to talk about Jamal Murray? Provided Denver closes this thing out, whether it's tonight or Game 6, whatever. Provided Denver finishes the job, how do we need to start talking about Jamal Murray?
I think as an all-star two-guard, all-star point guard, really. I mean, he's playing point guard for him now. He's an all-star guard, period. Doesn't have a position, really. He just has the ball, and he shoots it, and he passes it. He's one of the better guards in the league, one of the top 5 or 6 guards in the league. Off of this postseason, how could you say not? You know what I mean? Booker was great. Booker watching at home right now. You know what I'm saying? So Booker was sensational for Phoenix, but Jamal Murray's still playing. And you can slough it off the Joker if you want, but Jamal Murray is a big part of what they're doing. In addition to, they've added so much the last couple of seasons. You see Aaron Gordon is playing at a very high level for them. KCP doing an awful lot for them. Bruce Brown doing an awful lot for them this year. They're just a deeper and better team. Brown, rookie, coming in, playing great, you know what I'm saying, in meaningful minutes. So their supporting cast has been better, more consistent, and more trustworthy, so that Joker and Murray don't feel like, well, I got to force these shots. No, I'm going to pass it to my man who's open. I'm going to throw this lob to AG, and he's going to go get it. Or I'm going to throw it in the corner to Jeff Green, and he's going to splash this three. So,
or they could miss 23 out of 36 and survive.
Or they could, and still be fine, because Joker is so good. He makes it so much. The margin for error that the rest of the team has is so much greater because Joker's on the floor. Because he can just fix stuff that when it breaks down. He just go square up and shoot a 3 off of his left leg and knock it down to win a playoff game, to win a Western Conference Finals game, just because he can. That's just what the greatest players in the league do. When their team needs them, all right, let me go get this bucket that we need.
So conversely, you got a lot of other teams trying to get to the point that Miami and Denver are at this point. So let's kind of turn the page to free agency and just go through a couple of big names that could be on the move and discuss to where. First and foremost, I'll start with Kyrie Irving, because I'm fascinated by it. Last time Michael and I discussed Kyrie Irving, it was when he and LeBron had this PR plan about, LeBron in Denver and whatever they were trying to pull to get the Lakers to pull the trigger on acquiring Kyrie Irving. Now I'm seeing reports of speculation that the Rockets' $60 million in cap space is burning a hole in their pocket. So if they don't get James Harden to come back to Houston, which is confusing why they would want them problems again with that young team, the backup plan is Kyrie Irving, which by comparison, I think makes the James Harden pursuit look smart. What is Houston what are they trying to do here? This is not the veteran leadership you're looking for, is it?
Ime. That's Ime, right?
Sometimes your desperation leads you to make strange decisions. We've all been there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would say respectfully, I'm not sure that Kyrie is going to solve the problems that the Rockets have. They want to be more competitive. They got a very impatient owner who wants to be more competitive. But I'm not sure that adding Kyrie to that mix. Kyrie on a veteran team could be great. So I think my guess is, it's a guess. I don't think Kyrie's going to Houston, but I could be wrong. I mean, I think he wants to win and wants to at least try to win in Dallas. I don't think LeBron's going there. I think LeBron's going to stay in LA and watch his son play at USC 25 times next year, and then decide what he wants to do after next year. But I don't think he's going anywhere next year other than watching Bronny and playing for the Lakers.
No, but Mike mentioned Houston for Harden. I can understand why that would be attractive for Harden, because he spent so many years there and they love him.
Sure.
Would Houston be interested in James Harden?
Oh, sure. No, they are interested in James Harden. That's not.
They are.
And
why?
Sure.
Why is that? Why?
Because they want to win more. Look, James Harden, for whatever you think of him, you're going to win more games with him on your team if you're the Rockets than you are without him on your team. And so why not? Why not try to go get a player who's past his prime, but is going to be more impactful in Houston from and on the court and from a business standpoint than he would be for most any other team. You know what I mean? Like, he's got a history in Houston that was pretty good. People might come back to see it. They might want to see him come back. Now, are they going to win 50 games? No, but they could win more than they won this year.
Right.
So I get why Houston would do it, because
and they also not thinking championship. It's not like Philly. It's like,
I mean, all due respect, their young guys are not turning the needle. They're not pushing the needle in terms of other teams saying, we got to get them guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's give up one of our best players for some of those young guys that Houston's got. No, not happening. So they are kind of stuck with all that cap space. Unless, now the move that I would go after is Fred VanVleet. That's the kind of guy that I think could help a young team get better. That has some tread left on his tire. Can be coached at a high level. With Ime there, he's been on a championship team. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of investment. If I'm going to go after a free agent, that's the kind of guy I would go after if I were the Rockets.
I'm glad you brought him up.
But that's the kind of guy I go after.
Well, I'm glad you brought him up. Just declined his $23 million player option, unrestricted free agent in July. So perfect timing, DA. Who do you think will pursue him, and who has the best chance of getting a player of his caliber? What do you think is the best fit for Fred VanVleet?
Well, see, VanVleet opens up there'll be a lot of teams interested in VanVleet, and teams with good players that might be willing to trade some of them to Toronto for a guy like Fred. Fred's a hell of a player. So I think the universe is very, very large for a guy of his caliber. Whether it's staying in Toronto, that's the kind of guy that could certainly help the Lakers. Now, could they put a package together that would make sense? I don't know. It would be difficult for them because of the restrictions they have on their free agents. But team like Miami, Miami could certainly use a player like that. It has young guys, where it's a Hero or Robinson. They've got some young guys that you could put in a package for a guy like Fred VanVleet.
Right. And they still got that window.
There'll be a lot of teams interested in Fred. Fred is a legit player who needs to play fewer minutes than he's played in Toronto the last couple of years for Nick, who's just been playing him, running him into the ground, 38 minutes a game. Just come on. You got to get his minutes down. He's a good player. And everybody's good at 29 minutes. And a lot of good players good at 38.
Well, speaking of 38, Chris Paul is 38. It seems like he wants to play forever. At least keep getting checks for as long as he can. I guess not technically waived by the Suns, but the expectation is he will be waived if he's not traded. What's the best fit for Chris?
I mean, honestly, Phoenix is the best fit for Chris because Chris is on a re-sign a new deal basically.
Right, like a less minimum deal.
For a lot less money. I don't know the exact number, but it's less than what he's making now. I just think at his age, with his skill set, his desire to play for a contending team, I mean, where is he going to go that would afford him the opportunities that he would have playing with KD and Booker next year? And Ayton, I'm assuming they're going to keep Ayton, for a very good coach in Frank Vogel. So, I mean, where are you going to go that's better than that if you're Chris Paul? Unless he's going to go play for the veterans minimum with the Lakers, which I can't say is an impossibility. But, most of these guys, this usually is not volunteer basketball. Usually these guys play for money. So.
That's true. But if you're going to do that, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying my guess is I think there's a chance he could come back to Phoenix on a reworked deal, on a smaller deal.
Yeah.
Shorter deal.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say, if you want it to be about the money, that's fine. No judgment, but just don't come back and be like, I just want to win. Or I just want to get a ring. So with that in mind, I just got one more question, Michael, before I pass to you for the last couple of questions. The only other person I want to touch on was Dame and how much oxygen going in, just help us prepare. How much oxygen should we give to Damian Lillard's speculation and whether or not he gets traded to a contender, or conversely, the Blazers trade, Simons and the number 3 pick or whatever to try to get somebody to come to Portland? Because Dame seems to be relishing the attention right about now.
I was going to say I will have a better answer for you in 10 days when I know what they do with that pick. You know,
Yeah.
if they keep that pick, and no matter who it is that they take, Miller or Scoot, either one, they're both good. Like, they're both excellent prospects. But that's not what Dame wants. You know, he wants a vet. He wants vets. He wants some guys he can win with now, which I understand from his perspective. So depending on what Portland does, I can answer that question. If we get to draft night and they take one of those guys and say we're keeping them, then you can start the Dame speculation bandwagon, you know, for real. But right now, if they wind up working that trade or something like that and get, I'm just throwing a name out, I'm not saying this is happening, Siakam, someone like that, an all-star caliber player to play with Dame, okay, then I think he's going to stay there. But I don't know the answer to that yet.
Yeah, but just in general with Dame, you know, like a lot of guys, you can kind of feel their frustration. He may be frustrated. I don't necessarily see it or feel it. Is that a fair characterization? And if so, why is that? Is he just cool with staying in Portland?
I think Dame and Bradley Beal are unique guys in this day and age. They're actually loyal to the teams that took them. They actually have real loyalty to the teams that took them. And I know that's crazy these days, but they really do want to try to win where they are because they like it there. They like what the organization has done for them financially, of course, but just also in terms of believing in them and sticking with them through injuries and through losses and not going as far as everybody wanted in the playoffs. Now, you can argue fairly, I think, well, wait a minute, we gave you the bag. Now, we can't give you the bag and then build a team around you. You got to pick what you want. You know, like you said, you want the bag, but you can't then say, I want to win. Well, you took the bag. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't mad at you for taking the bag, but you took the bag. You decided. Right. So, you know, so Dame and Brad are in these weird positions, but fellas, you took the money. I mean, I'm not hating on you for taking the money. I'd have taken the money too, you know, but you can't then turn around and say, now build a team around me. You know.
Speaking of that, I was going to say, because Michael, we brought this up earlier when David wasn't here. I just want to get your take on it. New CBA, it makes it very difficult intentionally to build one of these teams where you got a lot of big salary guys. You can probably have two, and even two is going to be a challenge for you.
It's going to be hard.
Do you think that changes? Does that changes what we saw? Like you witnessed, you know, two separate three-peats from Jordan. You saw a three-peat with Kobe and Shaq. The Lakers, you know, tried, back-to-back even. Is it going to make it different? Is it going to make us redefine what we describe as a dynastic organization?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be very hard to win, you know, 2-3 championships in a row because it's literally going to be too expensive for teams to do. It's just going to be too expensive. You know, you just can't do it. You know, even Joe Lacob is throwing his hands up and saying, no, boss, I can't do this anymore. You know, like I can't keep doing this. So, yes, I think you're going to see, you know, a redistribution of talent that's more where everybody's going to have two really good players, or maybe you have one superstar and one all-star, or, you know, but you're not going to see these super teams. I mean, I don't know how you do it with guys wanting to get paid at the top of their profession, as they should ask to be paid, right, by the way. But if you have one guy saying, I'm one of the 5 best players in the league, I deserve to be paid that, good luck putting a team around him. I mean, it's going to be hard. This was intentional, as you said. That's the exact right word. This was intentional on the part of the NBA, try to spread the talent more evenly around the league.
Hey, DA, real quick, we don't have much time left before we got to get to this break, but I do want to sneak one more thing in with you. One guy who's won everywhere he's been, who's more of an individual dynasty, is LeBron James, right? And so I see Lil Wayne, home team, see Lil Wayne on All the Smoke, and he said something that is obvious, and we all know it, but you know how a lot of people, when they argue Jordan over LeBron, they go straight to 6-0 in the finals. Wayne offered kind of a counter that I hadn't really considered. Doesn't change my mind, But I'd love to get your thoughts on it. Here's Wayne. Here's Wheezy.
MJ, Kobe, Braun, rank 'em.
Uh-oh.
MJ, Kobe, Braun, rank 'em. Brian.
One?
Yeah. Mike and Kobe. Brian had done that shit with 3 teams. That's right there. That's when I was like, regardless, he ain't got 6. I was like, but damn, he done it with 3 different teams, and not on one of those teams did he play part 2? I mean, role 2.
He still can get 6 though. That's the scary part.
Yeah, definitely.
That sway you in any way? The 3 teams argument?
He hesitated on Jordan for 2, by the way. He hesitated on number 2.
No, it doesn't sway me in any way.
Okay.
Much respect.
Just
much
wanted to
respect
check.
to Weezy. No. He's entitled to his opinion. And you can make an argument for LeBron. I'm not saying you can't make an argument for LeBron. You can make a very valid argument for LeBron James. He's the all-time leading scorer. You can make an argument for him. He's won 4 championships. You can make an argument for him.
Right. You might not win that argument, but you can make it.
Michael Jordan's the best basketball player I've ever seen. Michael Jordan's the best basketball player I've ever seen. And as I say all the time, it's not particularly close in my mind. That's
wow.
That's
Oh, come on now. Not close. So you say not close. You said it's not even close.
Finally,
why is
finally
it
a
close?
voice of reason on this
not
show.
particularly close.
Why isn't it
particularly
close?
Not as close as people like Michael make it out to be, right?
Hey, it's a really no.
Hey,
I mean,
here's what I would say to Lil Wayne. Only reason Michael Jordan didn't do it with 3 different teams because he ain't had to. He chose not to.
If
he wanted to, he would have.
guys, he didn't play in a 7th game in the finals because he didn't have to.
See y'all. See, it's like talking to those people who just won't listen. Y'all have already said there's no way that Jordan can come off the wall. So even if you hear a good argument, you ain't gonna listen to it.
Valid argument. You don't have to agree with me. You can make an argument saying Bron's better. And I'm not going to say you're wrong. But if you ask me what I think, I'm going to tell you what I think.
Y'all know we gonna be like Ray and Claude in the jail when we old and decrepit arguing LeBron and MJ talking about the upper room. Now we're gonna be doing this for the rest of our lives.
I'm not mad at y'all. Have at it. I'm not mad at you.
Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.